we've had to learn coping mechanisms, and it's been like, you know. Anyway, another one of his posts: Adolf Hitler, Man of the Year, 1938.
Prove to me that you're alive.
Stay in the summer house in the back garden because your carers coming back and forth 3 or 4 times a day. He was watching the pattern and he knew the times when the carers were coming and not coming to go look after her. And one day, after having an argument with his neighbour, he went round there during the day when he knew the carers wouldn't be there. And he went round and threatened this woman. He was going to set fire to her inside the summer house while the care. Long enough gap. Alan Tait did.
What?
He went round and threatened. And he's actually put, so again,
to a disabled woman, you just said?
To a disabled old lady, yeah. She was 82, 83, she's dead now. Alan didn't kill her, but, you know, she died of natural causes. But it was actually in the local paper as well. He was charged, and, oh God, I think it was threatening abusive behaviour. They didn't do, like, intent to kill because, basically, there's a video of him admitting to it. And he says in his video, I only meant it as a joke. It was only meant as an off-the-cuff remark. Even though he went round there with a petrol can and threatened the woman. That's the kind of person you're dealing with.
Wow.
I'm gonna say what this sounds like to me, and then Alan or someone can please clarify this for me. It sounds like the same guy, Simon Griffith, is talking to the previous lady that was talking about the 31 children. Now, am I going crazy, or he doesn't, like, that's not a Welsh accent? It sounds more like a Scottish accent or something, like it's heavy, or like a Manchester accent. Is it Welsh?
He's South Welsh. Yeah, he's South Welsh.
Okay.
South Welsh, yeah.
So okay, you know what it sounded like to me? It sounded like he's admitting to something because he knows like these weird specifications, but is trying to put it off on Alan.
Exactly, and the thing is with Simon Griffith is that he will never. The reason why he come up is because he come out of his way to try and derail the investigation.
I get it.
It's not as if we ever uncovered any evidence up that Simon Griffiths is involved and we're now going to target him. He just turned up out of blue and just started making up loads of lies about Alan.
Yeah, but listen, that doesn't sound like a lie to me. Like I said, he's saying some very, just like the number 31, he's talking about a specific situation that was lived, that was witnessed, like through his own eyes, and he's throwing this off on someone else, which in this case happened to be Alan, right? Because because he's trying so hard to, like, you know, get Alan in, you know, dirty, man, for a lack of a better term.
Can I just say something?
Say everything, brother.
Yeah, you're very perspective. Very, what's the word?
Insight.
Yeah, incisive, I suppose is the word. Okay, now, I thought exactly the same when I heard what Simon said. A friend of mine had his summer house burnt down. Yeah, that bit was true. The woman next door used to have carers go to her, and she was an old disabled lady. All of that is true. The rest of it, it wasn't anything to do with me. There is no news articles or anything like that. But when I heard him say that, I thought he was actually relating to the burning of my friend's summer house, because at the time there was a video released on me. I was on telly at one point, and we filmed it in my friend's house, and it looked to all intensive purposes that I lived there.
Yo, it sounds like this guy is confessing, because he's saying this doesn't, in that short period of time, he's not stumbling, he's not thinking of what to say, like he's relating a story that actually happened. But again, he's like, you know, instead of saying that it's him, or maybe like his close friend or something, like he's putting the name Alan into it because he's trying to divert attention from him. This is all so freaking I'm starting to think I'm like in a movie right now, man. I'm dead ass, man. Don't laugh at me. Like this is some sort of a crazy thriller. Like, bro, what?
I know,
I didn't know this shit was this deep, bro.
It gets deeper. There are pages and pages on this guy. I'm just going to play you a video that he posted on his own channel, where he states that he eats children.
Hold on a second before you go on. I just want the viewers and the rest of like I'm trying to just so while you guys are invested, you're investigating this, things have happened to you. The law is unresponsive. There's possibly, hierarchies of state officials or city officials that are involved. This is very serious because this is involving children. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's not out of nowhere now we can see that this guy is like, oh shit, this story is coming out, it's getting daylight, so to speak, man. Let me freaking hop in and start to divert attention and like to sum this up, what I really want to know is, how did you guys get the picture of this sick ass picture with the mask with the Hitler stash, man?
It's on his own website. He posted it of his own free will on his website.
So his actual face was never seen.
Yes, there's a video that we've got. You can hear him speaking behind that mask. It is definitely him, and he posted it on his. I think I'm right in saying it was his YouTube channel.
Have any of you in the recent years heard anything? What has come of this guy?
No, I know that he's recently moved because somebody told me. That's about all I know about him. I know he's got a TikTok channel. I think he's got a Facebook channel. He's got a YouTube channel, but he doesn't post very much nowadays. He used to, but he doesn't now.
Melissa, what do you think about this Simon Griffith?
I think that he popped up as such to try to lead people away from believing what Alan is saying and what his findings have been, and the recordings. I think anyone who is sane would be questioning the recordings. However, Simon seems very sure, and you heard him say that they were fireworks. So it sort of seems that he's keen to get another story out there, as opposed to the story that Alan is trying to show the world.
And it doesn't look to you like it's some crazy copycat living in his mom's basement and has nothing to do. Like this also, like to me, it looks like someone that's actually involved. Melissa?
Yes, potentially. Potentially. I think from the way he talks, he seems it sometimes can seem quite sure about himself, and these are on his public videos that he's posted himself, and then sometimes seems quite confused in himself and his own identity. So he's quite an unusual character, I would say.
David, my Ukrainian street brother, man. Like, is this a copycat or is this dude involved? I'm thinking involved.
Yeah.
What do you
I agree.
Up,
I think he's involved just again because he's gone so much out of his way to create another narrative that Alan's lying and Alan's the paedophile and just making just blatant lies up against him. Why would someone go to that extent if they had no connection to it or no vested interest in it not getting out?
And I'm like picking up on these specific, things. Again, these are not random things. The 31 children, the Romania, the Bulgaria, and then when the guy is trying to, gaslight and kind of throw Alan under the boss, man, he's speaking about specific things, like he's recounting, oh well, this lady wasn't killed, but she died like from this and that, and like, you see what I'm saying, man? Like this doesn't sound like, and for someone to be this heavily invested, and going back to what the lady said to Alan, you don't know who you're messing with. This could potentially be like a key player, man. Or am I freaking lost in a thriller movie right now, bro?
No, we think similar to itself.
Holy shit, bro. And then this dude has a psychopathic like Hitler mask or some shit.
Can I just add one thing?
Yo, Alan, please, man, dude, say something, bro. I don't know what's going on right now, man.
Just can I play the little video that I've got keyed up,
brother,
on the screen, sir?
Do you, man, please? This is
okay. After we released the screams and of the noises of people dying, this is what he posted on his website. On the top of his letter, he's written, "I eat children."
You're not sharing no more. You know that, right?
No, I didn't. What's happened? Let's have a look.
Your sharing screen is off, man. You brought us back.
Try again. Yeah, the internet's gone down for some reason. Okay, I'll just log back in.
Man, I won't be freaking surprised if again I'm gonna release this video in parts, because I'm not trying to like wait another 40 hours for it. Holy shit, man. Yeah, this time your sharing thing didn't connect, man. Try like you did the other time.
Yeah, I need it now.
And listen, I'm so thankful to you, Melissa, to you, David, because I know it's late in the UK. Like,
okay, we released the fact that the children were screaming. You could hear a reference to death. This is what he wrote.
Fucking TV licensing. Never had
on the top of it, it says, "I eat children."
What the fuck is that, bro?
So anyway, somebody challenged him about it.
Hold on. You cannot just say anyway. Like, what is this situation, man? What is this? Where did you get this from? Like, what is this, man?
Okay, that come from, I believe it was this Facebook channel. I don't know. It was sent to me. Somebody said, have you seen this? Now, initially, I looked at it and I thought, no, that's just someone pulling my chain. But it turned out to be, actually, I went to his Facebook channel. It was on there. That person asked him why he wrote it and if he wrote it. And I've got his answer underneath.
Let's go, man.
Okay. He writes this. Someone said, "I've been on YouTube." Oh, it's YouTube. "On the letter you're holding, it says, 'I eat children.' What's all that about?" And he says, "Yay, I wrote it. I did it for a reason, and many people would know why. It was a TV license protest. Are you sure you're not talking to Tait? Because I don't believe in coincidences when there are so many relating to one thing."
Who the hell is Tait?
Me, Alan Tait.
I want to ask Melissa again, because, again, she's coming from like dealing with all of these insane stories. Melissa, I want to ask again, like, if you could do some soul searching and tell us, like, again, is like, now I'm thinking, like, is this a copycat, or is it someone that's actually invested? Because why would somebody that's like potentially a part of like these operations, man, that are very well thought out, why would somebody be this reckless?
I think, in my opinion, I think Simon believes a lot of his lies, the lies that he tells people, and the lies that he puts up on his social media channels. I view Simon as a bit of a loose end in the whole thing. And I think that he is sort of a liability to this project or whatever it is that is happening. And I think he's got involvement, but I think he battles his inner demons himself. So I think that he's sort of lower down the chain in terms of people in power, I believe that maybe he's someone who got roped into something bad and got stuck in it potentially.
So where do you think this whole I can't even say it. Like, where does this sick note? Where do you think that's coming from? Is this him trying to like leave clues, or is this him just like what do you think this is?
I think he's just truly very disturbed.
I mean, that's obvious, man, but I'm trying to think like because now it's getting so absurd with this note and his like obsession with throwing this off on Alan. It seems almost like now I'm leaning towards like a copycat that somehow just was bored and got involved in this. I don't know, man.
I sort of agree with what Melissa's saying. I think potentially for him, he's got involved in it, done stuff that's seriously damaged him mentally, and he was probably already massively affected by it. And then Alan suddenly started releasing all this information about what he's been involved in. Because he's got such a fractured frame of mind anyway, he's gone on like a defensive mode to try and keep a lid on it, knowing that it's true what's going on and that he has an involvement. So then it becomes a bit of self-preservation as well. But because he's so mentally disturbed, because of what he's been involved in, which I can imagine happens a lot to these men who mercenaries who get involved in this type of stuff, that like you see it with war, don't you? You see men going off to war, committing atrocities, coming back with post-traumatic stress syndrome, and they end up being horrifically mentally ill, and it can sort of come out in all sorts of different ways, and it just comes across that way to me.
Alan, I want to ask you before we go on, with over 200 hours recorded, that particular voice, it never came up, right? The Simon Griffin voice.
There are references to people called Simon on the in the recordings. I don't think I've actually heard his voice. There are voices there. They are Welsh voices, but see the muffled. You couldn't say it was a definite one person or another person.
And
just to clarify, Naz, it's 200 5-hour recordings. It's not 200 hours worth. It's 200 5-hour recordings.
I got
so you're into thousands. Yeah,
I got you. From what you, Alan, from what you understand, this is probably not his real name, right?
No, it's absolutely his real name. He made a mistake in the early days. He was just rubbishing everything that we said. But on his YouTube page, he'd actually put his email address, and his email address gave his name. And when I wrote to him using his real name, he tried to back off and say he didn't want any more to do with it. It was just a misunderstanding.
Is his YouTube still up in any way?
Yeah, his YouTube channel's still there. He's very selective, though. When I've pointed to videos in the past, he's taken them down. Having said that, I've copied a lot of them.
But is this also like disturbing content?
Not all of it, no. Some of it is.
Okay, let's go on.
Now, over the last year, I took time out to put everything to order into the website that you see. And it was about December time, middle of December or something, that I just disappeared off the internet. I thought I'm going to put it on the website. Everybody can see it for once and for all. And Simon wrote to me, and this is what he said, Wednesday, the 31st of January. I hate to admit it, but I do think you're onto something. Maybe we're just meant to fall out. I honestly don't know. And to be honest, I trust nobody or nothing. All I will say is I'm willing to listen to you again and will give you my honest thoughts. I wish you no ill wishes, Simon.
And then in the bottom it says what? Simon Griffiths never show any empathy and concerns for the recorded noises. He denies that the noises were genuinely recorded and has given many different explanations for the noises. He said that the noises were in my head. When someone pointed out to him that I would not be able to record noises, they were in my head. He changed his narrative. I do not know Simon Griffin, nor have I ever met him. Melissa, I want to ask you, What do you think that note that he wrote back to Alan? Like, what is he saying?
I think where Alan removed a lot of his content off the internet, it may have actually panicked Simon into thinking, what is Alan's next move? And my thoughts on his message to Alan was that he's actually trying to find out, what does Alan actually know? So sort of trying to have a fresh start with him, trying to be his buddy and say, you know, what do you know? And I'll let you know my thoughts.
So he's pitching.
yeah.
He's sort of pitching for information, right?
Yeah.
Now, what the heck is that note right there? I want to live my life like a bear, eat when I want, sleep. What is that?
It's, I want to live my life like a bear.
Prove to me that you're alive.
Eat when I want, sleep when I want, kill people in the woods when I want. It is just one of the posts that Simon put up.
What? Oh my God, bro.
Here's another one. To effectively brainwash and mind control a population, you first need fear. You then need a ritual or a ceremony which relieves the fear. That ritual must be so simple so anyone can do it. You must make average people feel like heroes for doing exactly as they're told. The tyrant is best served by being in full control of the fear, plus manufacturing the ritual that removes the fear. That pre-manufactured ritual will in turn trick the public into participating in their own enslavement and brings them willingly into the iron grip of the tyrant.
This is horrendous, man.
There's another thing. He keeps making reference to Jimmy Savile and children. On this notice, I don't know if you can see it very well, it says something along the lines, he signed it Jimmy Savile. If you're under the age of 10, and it gives a telephone number, and a hashtag, now Jim will fix it. And this is one about Simon. It's just a very short clip.
Can I be nosy and ask you how old your children are then? I'm guessing they're school age, yeah?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Now, that's the same lady whose children were being groomed. But Simon just cut her dead in the middle of a conversation and just asked her how old her children were.
Hold on, what the heck does that say? Simon Griffith has posted many bizarre, I want to read because it says Ukraine, man. Many posted bizarre clips and references on social media. He refers to Adolf Hitler, Jimmy Savile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Russian Putin, and others. Simon Griffith posts pictures of himself on social media, shows him wearing a mask. Some have Hitler-style mustache drawn on them. This is getting so twisted and disturbing. Go ahead, Alan. Go ahead. I'm like, I'm done, man.
First one's a photo. Simon Griffith's in a mask. And you can see his eyes behind it. They look a bit creepy, if I'm honest. Anyway, this is one of his posts.
A bit creepy. This. I'm gonna freaking have nightmares about this, man.
Yes, sorry. It's like we've had to learn coping mechanisms, and it's been like, Anyway, another one of his posts, Adolf Hitler, Man of the Year 1938, and it's a picture of Adolf Hitler, and there's a little moustache again. Now, he posted this about Vladimir Zelensky. It's not what anybody else thinks, it's his own opinion. He says one of the most vile criminals on the planet.
My opinion too. Shit.
And the media are making him out to, that he's a hero. And this is what he posted about Vladimir Putin. It's a short video.
This is a bit of a... I don't know whether I should say it, really. I'm going to it. You're probably going to hear me now.
Is he saying something? I don't hear anything.
This war
Hear it.
between Ukraine and Russia, this is more to do with history. America are very, very much to blame for this war in Russia, for this war in Ukraine then.
Alan, try to see if the volume is down on that video, like in the video. Because I can't hear anything, man.
No, it's not a very good soundtrack.
Okay.
I'll skip that one. It's on.
So, but very important thing that I'm getting from this, that this is recent, meaning in the last couple of years, because he's talking about the conflict in Ukraine.
Yes, absolutely.
Who the heck is Jimmy Savile? Who the heck is that?
Jimmy Savile is a well-known in the United Kingdom anyway, famous celebrity who, after his death, was found to have been involved in massive child abuse. I think David could tell you more about this story than me.
Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure, just like the rest of you, I'm getting like exhausted from this, man. I'm emotionally drained, man. I don't know how you guys like, and I'm bitching right now. You guys been a part of this for so long, like, Jesus, man, Jesus. You can go on. You still have things to show?
Oh, yeah, there's like there's loads of this. I mean, again, there's a picture that he's put up on his website. Funny drawing, Mr. Savile somewhere. Don't know. There's another one underneath.
Okay,
No,
so the
go on.
rest of the website is basically about him, right?
No, not at all. There's quite a lot about him, but that's because he's done a lot. There's quite a bit said about Gareth Edwards. That's one of the owners of the property that's rented as Sophia Nails. There's another page to his sister, Jane John, who's the owner of Sophia Nails. If I go back just quickly to the contents page. No. That's the wrong one. Okay, there's more concerning short extracts in and around the area. Sort of tells you what's around the area, how far we are from schools, leisure centres, possible links to organised crime. There's a fair few there as well. 2 serious fires at the same place. That's an interesting one. Other noises that were recorded.
I'm really interested in the one that you passed about possibly being connected to organized crime. What does that mean?
Okie dokie. The owner of the shop next door, it was a fast food bar, was convicted by court in Turkey of rape at gunpoint and attempted child molestation. I'm just going to put the notice. That's all about him. That's the news article there. Just to prove that he was. There he is.
Oh my God.
What is this? If you read the top bit there, a convicted rapist and would-be child abuser on the run from authorities in his home country for more than 18 years has been in the charge of an amateur fast food takeaway for more than 18 months, it has emerged. So that's one.
Alan, like, and please, I'm going to apologize ahead, but my dear Alan, dear Melissa, and my brother David, I don't mean to like, but I'm emotionally drained, man. Like, and I haven't slept for like 40 hours. If we could, if you guys will ever be open to doing a part 3, I'm willing to do it. But I'm done, man. I'm so sorry. I am so.
It's good to recognize when you've sort of hit that point.
Yeah, it's enough, man. Like, this is just. I'm so sorry, man. I'm getting overwhelmed.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
No, I think personally it's an awful lot to take in. We've been talking for 3 hours. I don't know about the other 2. I'm certainly up for doing a part 3 if you want to go through it.
Please. I would love to have all of you back on. And just so you understand, each and every one of you, like, I am so grateful. And I tip my hat off to you because you guys are just absolute heroes to me. Like, for me, it's been 3 hours. For Melissa, it's been 3 years. For David, it's been, I don't know how many years. For you, it's been 6 years. Like, so I tip my hat off for you. And I apologize for being such a wuss.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not being a wuss. It's not being a wuss at all. We all have to recognize our capabilities, don't we?
Oh, man. And when we got into this whole, because, like, just so again, I'm gonna make a excuse for myself. Like, it was getting heavier and heavier and heavier. But until we got to like this Simon character, all of a sudden this story like took on like this weird, like real, because before that it was just, voices and noises and obviously terror, it's tearing up my soul to hear children in distress. But when we got to this psychopath, and not even a psychopath, it's like a demonic something, man, and this mask and the mustache, all of a sudden now the story takes on a shape and a face and a name, and I'm just like, bro, and I've been through war zones and different things, and like, yo, man, I have a really, really, really soft spot when it comes to kids, man. Jesus Christ, man. So what is this TikTok? Please, let's make this the last thing, and then we're all gonna say our final pieces and hopefully try to get some sleep tonight, man.
Okay, one last one. It's only 24 seconds. This is the film he put on his own.
Oh, so this is him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why would he go
without
on
the
for 5
mask.
years saying that certain things happened, but made no attempt, no effort at all, none whatsoever, to step in and save these apparent people from the horrific noises?
And that's it.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, this guy, first of all, he has douchebag written all over his face, man. But
Yes.
but second of all, you gotta be because like now this whole copycat thing flies out the window because he's way too invested, man. Like he's recording videos, he keeps talking about this. Like then there's all these little weird clues and stuff. Like, bro, and he has a very punchable face, man. Like a punchable, nice punchable face, bro.
I second that.
People that recorded his downloaded songs off the internet.
Yeah, sorry for playing that one. I'd actually queued it up as I clicked it. Then
it's cool. I'm kind of glad that you played it, even though I'm knocked out. I feel like Tyson knocked me out, man. Tyson Fury, Mike Tyson, they both knocked me out, kicked me like I'm down, bro. But so then this last one, he's basically saying, holy shit, I can't think right now. He's basically implying that you recorded this off the internet. Is that what he's saying?
He's kind of changes his mind all the time. The noises are in my head. They were given to me by a taxi driver. I fabricated them. They could have been taken off the telly. If he could think it up, he puts it down.
You never came across him in real life?
No, never met the guy. I wouldn't even know he existed if it wasn't for him posting comments.
Okay, my dear, my handsome brothers, our awesome, amazing Melissa. Please, let's. If you have one last thing, please, man. I'm sorry. I declare I'm a wussy. I'm done. Like this is it, man.
Okay, you said one last. Okay, you said one last thing. It's called Darvo.
Wait, what?
No, I've got some sort of screen. I think we'll leave it there. Something's gone wrong this side.
Hold on. Is everyone okay? Let's all go around and wrap this up. I'll basically, if we can go around the circle, sum up this whole story, and please, if we could finish by saying what I can't talk, man. What would we like to see as the outcome of this story? And we will surely continue in part 3 if everyone is open to it. So, ladies first, Melissa, two-part question. If you could sum up this whole thing, and if you could tell us your wishes of what you would like to see the end result of all of this. Melissa?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah. Did you hear my question?
I heard the end bit.
I
About the
think
end
she's cut.
result.
Okay, if I'm going to repeat. If you could sum up everything that we heard and seen today, this story, and if you could tell us what would you like the end result to all of this to be, to all of this story to be.
Oh wow! I'm going to leave the summing up to Alan. It's a very it's been a long 3 hours, but in terms of end result, I would absolutely be championing an official investigation into this as soon as possible, so that children stop being harmed. You know, we aren't asking, we aren't trying to investigate ourselves. I think that happened because police weren't investigating. So the end result would be that police, or you know, the right agencies do the investigation, and people are held accountable for the horrific things that they've done, and that children are no longer victims of horrific abuse, and that's worldwide. We want to see that.
Definitely, I second that, man. My brother David, my co-host, man.
I will add that we've been going for 3 hours, but there's probably another 6 hours worth of evidence. There's just so much to this. We haven't spoke about the fact that we managed to use the sonar, that a sound engineer got in touch and he'd managed to do some mapping of these tunnels underneath through these voice recordings. We haven't shown the video of the light source that we were getting, which is underground, a pure white light. There's so much more evidence on top of what we've already talked about. You could literally talk about it for weeks, the amount of evidence that Alan's managed to piece together. And he's a very smart guy, the way he's pieced it together and the way he's worked things out. Honestly, all credit needs to go to Alan for this. I only went there a few times and put some mics in. What I've done is minimum. What this guy's done and what this guy's lost and what this guy's faced is it's next level. The guy needs a movie making about him.
Definitely, man. What would you like for the outcome to be to this whole? If we can,
them kids, just justice for them kids, and just to make sure if these kids still there, they're freed. Because like we've already talked about, you know, we highly got recordings there of children trapped trying to get noticed and get help to them. And this is why you can't walk away from it. You've got to try and do something, because it's genuinely really happening to children who nobody cares about. They've got no one to look after them. So we've got to step in and try and do something together collectively.
Alan, I want you to take us out of here, and before you do, I'm just gonna say my piece, and then please, Alan, take us out of here, because you are, you know, the man of the hour, man. I second everything that David said, and I've only known you, you know, for the last couple conversations. I am open to part 3, 10, 20, however much it will take to bring this story to light. I will take, I will take this story obviously much more seriously than all my other conversations. I will try to reach out to as many people as possible. I think Melissa said very well that, you know, the sad thing is that this is definitely happening worldwide. This is most likely happening in your average suburban neighborhood where, you know, kids are playing hopscotch and riding bicycles, you know, but it's again, children are our jewels. Children are our gifts. And if our generation are going to be able to say that we are the generation that left something behind, let's leave behind a an understanding that we care about the generations to come. I always remember that in the Slavic cultures, they used to foresee 7 generations ahead, meaning they would look ahead 7 generations to make sure that the 7 generations to come after would have a better world to live in. And I would only hope that we would at least look forward to 1 generation, that no child in the world goes through this. This was very hard for me, just like the first time. This is very personal to me because I was once a kid living on the street, and there's still many children living on the street. I cannot be more than, I can't be more than, like, I'm so thankful to Melissa. Thank you so much for dedicating your life to this from the bottom of my heart. We need people like you. I know it's probably so difficult. I'm the biggest wussy in the world right now. David, man, my brother, like, I tip off my hat to you because you didn't walk past and you got involved and you reached out and you told me about this. You got me plugged in, which tells me that because you are a father, man, of these amazing kids, bro. You got some amazing kids, some badass rock and roll kids. I love them kids. They're like my nephews, man, and nephews and nieces, man. So I know you're a father, and that's why you care. But not a lot of people have the guts, So thank you, David. Thank you so much, Melissa. Alan, you are the man of the hour. By far, you put this whole big project together. You didn't stay quiet. You didn't care about your safety because you knew that this story was bigger than you. And from what I'm seeing now, this story is bigger than all of us. So thank all of you so much. You are such kind and good people, man. And you are the everyday heroes that the world needs to hear about. And I'm going to do everything in my power so the world does hear about all of you. And Alan, take us out of here, sir.
Just before Naz, thank you as well, mate, for giving Alan a voice and doing this, because you won't believe the amount of people I contacted who had channels who just did not want to know. They just blanked me. I even had one ring me because I left my telephone number on an email, and he says to me, "Do not contact me again. Never put a comment up about this. I do not want to know." There's not many people like yourself who will put the neck on line and give Alan a voice and help try and get this message out.
Listen, brother, I feel honored and privileged that you guys chose me. And I think the higher power chose all of us. And bro, this is your channel. You already know that, man. You're the co-creator of this channel, my brother. So Alan, take us out of here, sir.
Okay, let's sum it up. In the early days, I soon got the idea that something was evil was going on. That's my own personal belief. That's it. When I heard there was children, I thought the police would get involved, and it just developed from there. Day by day, we'd listen to more recordings. We'd sneak into what was our own former house and sneak out again. I think Dave could probably relate to that. And we come across other people like Dave. I mean, Dave is a brave fella. At the end of the day, he was the one who went back in and put the recorders in after we tried the recordings. I think I'm right in saying we had the gunshot ones at that time as well. Fair play to David. And Melissa for coming on tonight. Well done. No, I just want to say thank you to everybody. The website, JFTC 2018, Justice for the Children. Yeah, that were recorded in 2018. And that's all we really want. A proper investigation into those noises. We want to know what happened to those children. We want to know if there were perpetrators. And if the perpetrators are still in business, we want them taken out of business. And if that place opens up to more places, let's take all them out again as well. We need to look after our children. They are our future.
Man, I couldn't have said it better. So this was proof to me that you're alive. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys on the rebound. Please try to get some sleep, man. I'm not sleeping for a couple days.
Take care, all.
My
Good
brothers
night.
and sisters.
All right.
Okay.
Later.
Take care.
Take care of yourself. Bye. All.
Prove to me that you are alive.